If the recipe for success is me not watching the game and G working for Chivas, I'm all in. I am all in.
Hola amigos de Pancho Villa's Army, aquí el Sargento back with another episode of Villa's podcast. We're approaching the 100 mark, but not quite there yet. But there is a special milestone coming up if they pull it off. We have our Chivas going up against Los Tigres this upcoming week. It's going to be an amazing match. As you notice, G is not here joining us today. She is Miss Popular. She is all over. She is actually, I think, the reason why the Chivas are winning. As soon as she
Mhm.
starts working for Chivas, they decide to go, "Oh, we're gonna play. We're gonna decide to show up." Of
Mhm.
course, we have our original, our OG, El Coronel, back with us. Coronel, welcome back. ¿Cómo estás, amigo?
Buenas tardes, buenas tardes. No, I'm back for right now, right? Like you mentioned, G's working for Chivas, and kudos for her. Let her keep working for the rest of her life if Chivas is gonna win. I'm all good with that.
Let's sign her a lifetime contract, please.
Yeah,
Of
lifetime contract. Yes, let's do that. She's our lucky charm.
She's her
Yeah.
luck. But isn't it interesting, dude? As soon as she starts working for them, they decide to show up.
They they
What is
they they decide to score goals. Like who would have known? Who would have guessed, right?
that was their lock, dude, is sin goles, and all of a sudden they start scoring goals and winning, and yeah.
But we knew they were gonna win, so no biggie, no surprise.
So let's talk about that for a second, please. We know El Pedro. It's interesting. Before it was used to be us, our internet would be down
Hmm.
during things, but Pedro's internet has all of a sudden been
I think everybody, Surges, everybody, todos los americanistas, but we all know when they lose, they internet goes down. Tornadoes and hurricanes and places that hurricanes in like Arizona. For everybody that lives here, that's
earthquake.
Americanista in Arizona, hurricanes, earthquakes, everything happens all at once, right? Lightning strikes. So, but we understand. We know how they are. Ya saben
Yeah,
cómo se pone.
ya sabemos, ya sabemos. But I gotta give it up for Pedro, dude. The best thing about Pedro is after losing, he shows that picture of him with the cinturón, and he has
Hmm.
his kids on the couch. He's like, "Pierde la América, todos pierden." And all the kids are like, "No." You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
that's right. That's right. Where he's gonna smack his kids. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, be careful, Pedro. They're gonna cancel him. Pinche Generación Cristal. They're gonna cancel him. But
Someone's gonna have like a abuser,
yeah, protest.
protest.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
since that is topical right now, we do have the
Hmm.
upcoming campeonato. So, dude, tell me, where were you? What did you see the match? Did you see the finale of America Chivas, or what? Tell me about where were you
Believe
at?
it or not, I did not watch the match. Right? I thought that the match was going to be on Azteca, and I don't have Azteca. And now, as you know, everything now is app based, right? So you have to have the app. We disconnected the DirecTV. Actually, it was in my son's name. He said, "I'm going to pull it," because he doesn't even live here. He's paying for it, and we're like, "Just pull it. We don't even watch it anyways." But sure as shit, when the games come on, I'm clicking and I'm like, son of a gun, right? So the entire time I'm just following on Twitter, I'm following on FanDuel, and I'm just kind of like, and then come to find out yesterday that lo tenían en Univision. So I was like, are you like freaking
Was it
kidding me? But
Univision or Telemundo?
well, it was one of the
39.
mundos,
I think
right?
it was 39. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It,
Whatever it was, right? Whatever. No, I think it was Univision because they played it in La Azteca, right? So
yeah.
that's whatever, bro. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's okay. I missed it as long as they won. If that's the recipe, if the recipe for success is me not watching the game and G working for Chivas, I'm all in. I am all in.
It reminds me when dude, I don't know if you had this experience when you were kids and you had the bunny ears antennas and how you would get that right angle and not move. And then
Hmm.
"Quédate
Yep.
ahí,
Yep.
no te
Yep. Yep.
muevas." That's you right there. That's
Yep.
like you
Yep.
not watching G, like this that sweet spot, man.
That's it. That's it. Your parents are watching it, and you're just like, "What's going on?" Right? No, no. But you know what's funny? Interesting fact. Interesting fact. The last, the last time Chivas won, el última vez que ganaron el campeonato, I was with you, and we were in Palm Springs. We were on our way back from a Mexico game, if you remember,
I
and they
remember.
played Tigres, right? They played Tigres. We were scrambling to find a
Place to come
restaurant or
watch
whatever.
it. Mhm.
Yeah, we found it, watched it, and salimos campeonato. So I guess what we have to do now is go to Palm Springs
Find
and
that
go to
same
the same
restaurant.
restaurant and watch it and watch them win. And they beat Tigres. Tigres was crying. Remember, Tigres was fighting, and
'Cause
it was all
they were like the top they were up there for a little
yeah.
bit, you know, they were in
And
some gloria.
they've been up there. They've been up there since.
Yeah,
Ever since then, they've completely just dominated. I mean,
dominated.
I don't want to say dominated, but they've
Uh,
been in the top tier all the time. Pero,
yeah.
anyways, yeah.
But you know what? This time's a little different.
Mhm.
Chivas are going in favorite because of they were higher ranked, right? They were 3rd seed
Yep.
over Tigres, which were a lower seed. And
Hmm.
yeah, they just they're both coming out. They're both coming up big wins though. Both of them were
Yep.
underdogs, right?
Yep.
And those
Absolutely.
clásicos, dude.
Yeah.
What's up with that, dude? Those
That's
clásicos,
cool. That's
that's
cool. And you know
amazing.
what? And Atlas, Atlas Chivas, Monterrey Tigres. So and then Chivas America. So I mean, it was full. It was full of clásicos. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah. The only thing that was missing is like if it was before then, like America Pumas or something would have been pretty
Yeah.
cool. But
That would have been pretty cool.
you know,
But
like
ni
yeah,
modo.
that would have been. It would have been like one of those weird like the stars align, you know, like it
Mm-hmm.
was just this is clásicos leading up in the repechaje or the playoffs until we
Yep.
get to this one. But
Yeah, pero el América chifló a su madre.
so for me, yo también I knew where it was.
Right.
Y no lo quería ver. I was like, dude, I don't want to watch this game, man. And I
You
was
don't want to
getting the
bring bad
updates.
luck.
Primero gol cayó, ¿verdad? Like I don't know, 18 minutes or something.
Mhm.
I was like, oh shit, this is good. It's good. Ya pasa el
Yep.
halftime, llega, right after the halftime y cae el gol del América, me ching, there it is, man. There it is.
Yep.
Y de repente la
Yep.
tarjeta roja. I'm like, "What?" You know,
Yep.
then the other goal, so I'm like, "Okay, we're tied. We need a freaking 3rd goal." So yo estaba en la cama
Right.
scrolling to TikTok y alguien estaba streaming it live on
Oh
TikTok.
shit.
So there's another outlet
Yeah.
for you, Conan. There's another
Yep.
outlet. So they were
Yep.
streaming it live and I stopped. I'm like, "Oh shit, here's a game." And I watched that 3rd goal. I was like, "Oh dude, this is it, man.
This is
This is
it.
an omen." Yep.
Yep.
So, all right,
Love it.
so we have that coming up. Um, I hate doing predictions and all that, but do you how do you, what cómo citas a las Chivas? How do you
Dude,
feel the outcome?
I'm not even gonna talk about that. I'm not gonna elaborate about that. I don't want to think about that because soy mala sal, bro. I'm bad luck. That's just I'm bad luck, so I'm just not even gonna talk about it. I'll
So,
just
I'm the same way, dude. I hate to say
mhm.
it, but I'm gonna be quiet porque sabes qué, la gente the haters are gonna get on you and they're gonna say, "Hey, remember you said this." I say, "Be
Mhm.
calladito," and that's how I was during the whole America and Chivas. I was quiet in the socials.
Mhm. Mhm.
No decir
I
nada.
usually don't I usually don't post on socials other than like dumb stuff, but yeah, dude. So like I don't normally do that anyways. But
We'll just see what
like I said, I'm gonna
happens.
stay quiet. I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm not gonna bring them any bad luck, and we'll just leave it at that.
So let's talk about this. Then the topic at hand that I'm curious about. We know La Selección hasn't been living its best moment. It's been about a
Mhm.
minute. We know it
Mhm.
comes in waves, coordinate, right? We know
Right.
that Mexico's up and then it comes, they go down. You know, it kind of has its moments. We've been down now. Do you do you think this is an omen that the Chivas right now, the equipo que son puros mexicanos, is living again a good moment again? They're on top of the world. They will be on top if they win, right? Is this good for La Selección? Do you feel that there's some kind of like what do you call this? The turning of the tide, you know, cambiando de ¿cómo se dice en español eso? How would you say that? Change of
No,
the
I mean,
guard.
yeah, yeah. Pues para que no entiendan, le vamos a voltear la tortilla, right?
Así se dice?
Pretty much basic, right? Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Voltear la tortilla. I mean, I don't wanna get my hopes up, right? Because I think right now I believe that they're just starting up, right? They're starting in an upward. We're in shambles as a national team, right? We don't know what's going on. We don't know which way is up, ¿verdad? And we're always looking for that salvation. Siempre estamos buscando esa persona o ese jugador que nos va a llevar al siguiente. Right? A while ago, maybe a year ago, was Marcelo Flores, right? Remember that?
I
Everybody's
remember.
Marcelo Flores, and this and that. And then, I mean, it wasn't his fault. He's not playing, and then nothing, like boom, disappear. Then it was Santi Jimenez. Santi Jimenez, he's gonna do something in the World Cup. and nothing. It didn't just they didn't take whatever, right? And so like now you're like, okay, well, I think the we're talking about Chivas, right? Pero también mira el Santi la está rompiendo, right? La está rompiendo. So like, yeah, I look at that, not necessarily, Chivas in general, because we played some of the best Mexicanos, right? The entire team, and we've amounted to squat, and that's perfectly. I mean, that's just to be blunt about it, right? We haven't produced anything, and then the regurgitation of players. It just we keep reusing the players, refiltering the players like coaches, right? The same thing. The coaches, it's always the same coaches. I don't know how these coaches keep getting these jobs, but if you see now these coaches that are different coaches, different faces are changing the face. At least I think they're changing the face of football. Look at the coach Chivas, right? I mean, like, who would have thought? You brought Vucetich, and you're like, he's got all this experience out the door, right? And then you bring all these coaches that have track records, but like it's time for new mentality, different mentality, and I think that's what's happening here, and it's positive, right? It's positive. Maybe hopefully it translates to the players, but I'd like to. I'm gonna sit and wait on this one on that. I don't know what you think about that.
No, I mean, it gives you hope. I mean, that's the only thing. We can't predict the future. No somos fortune tellers, ¿verdad? Pero lo que sí sé es que we are, like I've noticed that the Mexicanos and athletes and sports, we ride the wave. When somebody does good, we get motivated, we get inspired. Um, y es lo que pienso que, right now is lo que I feel. Again, I could be wrong, ojalá not, but this right here, I feel like is that inspiration that players need, and is saying, "Hey, once again, un equipo de puro mexicanos can compete against any other team in Liga MX who basically tries to hire the max they can of extranjeros and pay top dollar. We can win a championship." And it's been done what 12, 13 times, and here's another opportunity that's going to happen again. How many times do we need to remind ourselves that we can do this, and we forget? And it's one of these things again. Otro reminder. Hey, si se puede. We have the talent. We have the capability. Es cuestión de, like, we don't have to always have this as a reminder, but I'll take it. If it's another reminder that si sabes que si podemos, tenemos el talento, we can do that. We're capable. Hopefully that will get translate to la selección. So that's my hope.
Yeah.
But I don't want this to cycle, dude. It's como esa, like, that tóxica, ¿verdad? Hey,
Hmm.
maybe she's gonna be okay. She's gonna be, she's gonna change. Y de repente se te loca. I don't know.
Yeah, no, and like I said, it's kind of like the false hope. Like I said, we had, Tecatito, right? I mean, flashes of brilliance and then nothing. Chucky Lozano, I mean, alone, nothing, right? I mean, Marcelo Flores, I mean, he was gonna be the guy, and then all of a sudden, like, really nothing, right? So we're always looking for that. Even if you look at the goalkeepers, right? So you look at Ochoa, right?
Yeah.
Ochoa was always like the guy that was always saving our ass, right? And then we did a switch with Acevedo, right? And then we end up tying with the U.S. And then everyone's like, "Well, what happened? I thought he was supposed to be a badass." And he could have stopped it, right? I thought he was better than that, right? So it's like we get so hung up with all these uh false hopes, ¿verdad? Unas esperanzas falsas. And we're
Hmm.
so desperate. And I think that's always been like the Achilles heel. Like, for example, like when we played the US, it's always like Mexico just always like goes at it and tries to beat them. They give them everything they got, and the US just sits back, counterattack, dos, tres llegadas, goal, boom. And then it's like everything falls apart, right? So it's like we're so desperate for the win, we're so desperate for quinto partido, we're so desperate for our Mexicanos to succeed that we'll just buy into anything, right? So I'm just gonna take it easy.
I think I don't blame you, but a couple of things. Look at he's tiene, I started thinking about, we typically do rely on maybe one or two players, but it shouldn't be, dude. It should be that's what a team is. A team is a squad, is everybody working together, doing the role. Maybe there's that player that doesn't get all the stats and the highlights, but they're doing their job. They're marking their player. They're disrupting the plays, right? Things that are maybe not as sexy on television or what we see, but as all if everybody does their job and they do it right and then they do it con todo, right? They don't slack off. They don't pretend to work hard or whatever. They como estamos viendo con las Chivas, right? They believe then we'll have success. But lo mismo, we put all of our hopes in one or two players, and it has to be a whole squad, man. And I think that's what's missing. And I think that was, we had some selecciones like that played as a conjunto. That there wasn't really maybe there was one or two players that stood out, but dude, it was a squad, man. It was a group. Y todos jugaban, and that's when we won the Confederaciones. I think of that squad.
Yep, absolutely. And I think most of the squads had those players, right? Yo digo que todos, casi todos lo tenían. I just think lately, I don't know if it's the sign of the times, like you said, changing to the guard, or just overall, I don't know. Because I mean, I really think social media, even though we utilize social media a lot, but I think a lot of that has to do with our downfall as well, as a society and as a team, right? Because I mean, obviously, they're more worried about, and the way our perception is, they're more worried about partying and posting TikToks and doing stupid dances. Dude, you're like, freaking practice, bro, or put the ball in the net, right?
Yeah,
Do that. But I mean, they're more worried about doing the dances and el peso pluma and the que chingada madre and whatever. And well, yeah, whatever, man, whatever. But anyways, I'm gonna start going on another rant. I'm gonna go on a rant. That's why I was kicked off the show, because of my rants.
yeah, I know, man, dude. I mean, you already lost a lot of members because you talk trash about Peso Pluma. He's the most popular guy right now. Come on, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. The guy weighs like literally like 6 pounds.
That's where his
Six
name
pounds.
comes from, dude. My
Yeah,
daughter thinks he's cute, and I'm going,
it,
"What is wrong? What?
right.
Man,
I know.
I thought
Well,
I
I
set
don't
the
know.
I thought I set the bar, like, you would think, man, mi papá está guapísimo, y quiero
Can you
acá un
imagine?
galán."
Can you imagine if she brought him home and be like, "Dad, I'd like you to meet my boyfriend." You're like, "What the hell is that?
What?
What the hell was the rest of him?" Jesus Christ, you know.
Did you get half off on that one? What happened? Oh, man, dude. Alright, so I think there's something here. I strongly believe si gana Chivas and or I don't know. Let's talk. See again, Coronel. You're making it hard for me, man, because you're holding back, man. I know there's something in there you're trying to, but for me, si gana or if they play their heart out, dude, if they make it a game, and let's say they fall short, but they're really in there. It's a battle, man. I think it's a good sign for La Selección. I think that we're gonna then see the transition into the upcoming matches. Um, that's just my
I
opinion.
did. I disagree with you, bro. But I disagree. What it's always been the same when Mexico plays. Jugaron como nunca y perdieron como siempre. We want the results. We want the results now. You know what I mean?
You know what? You know what? We have to want better. You're right, and it always goes all down. Quinto partido. We just want to win a game against the U.S. No, we want to win every game against the U.S. Yeah, we want to win against all these other teams that are in our Concacaf, but no, we want to dominate those teams. That's that's the world I want to live in, Cornel. I want to live in that world. All right. Well, let's talk about the upcoming matches, man. De la selección. So we
Mm-hmm.
have some games again, exciting stuff. The announcements
Yeah.
went out. We have I think we have a roster of all. I think it's 40 players that he's interested in calling up. So it's going to be interesting who actually gets called up for each match. But what's in store for us, Conan? What games are coming up, and what do we have updates for our members regarding boletos y todo en la madre?
I'm on mute. Okay, let me get my notepad right here.
Yeah.
Man, June is going to be a crazy month. It's like a freaking baseball. Es como baseball. We got June 10th in San Diego versus Cameroon. We got June 15th in Las Vegas semifinal versus the US. We got the June 18th. This either the if we win, then we pay for the cup
Uh,
or the final on Sunday. If we lose, we pay for third place, right? Then Houston on the 25th of June, Phoenix the 29th of June, and the 2nd of July in Santa
uh,
Clara.
yeah.
Obviously, barring that the Chivas base players and everything that you just predicted is going to come true, Then we would go to the quarterfinals, which I believe is going to be in Dallas, if I'm not mistaken, and then or San Diego again, and then obviously the final in LA. And I'm talking Copa Oro, right? That's
Yeah.
just literally in 1 month, right? Well, a month and a half, right? So we got tons and tons of game. But okay, that being said, we've got tickets to everything, every single game. We've got our section, we've got our tickets, just like we always do, right? San Diego, we're still waiting on San Diego's information, and I'm getting kind of nervous because obviously it's coming up to June 10th. I don't have the ticket prices yet, and I'm hoping to get them tomorrow. If not tonight, tomorrow, or worst case Thursday, whatever day we're at right now. I don't even know, but it's right around the corner, right? It's literally like
Yeah.
15 days away, 2 weeks. So that's kind of making me nervous. But the people that have faith, just hang on tight, and we definitely will get that information. But the tickets I do have right now on sale is obviously for the Las Vegas semifinal game versus US, the the final third place game, Houston. Don't have Phoenix yet for whatever reason, and Santa Clara. But you know what I noticed is I think, and again, no one's paying us or whatever, but the stadiums, the way it works, guys. So
Yeah.
each stadium has its own particular ticket app that they use, right? So AT&T Stadium uses SeatGeek, right? Phoenix, the Phoenix Stadium here, the Cardinal Stadium uses SeatGeek. That's where the Seleccion plays. All the stadiums that utilize Ticketmaster, we've got all that information. So I don't know if it's because it's Ticketmaster and SeatGeek or whatever. Um, it just seems that if it's Ticketmaster, and I'm not promoting Ticketmaster by any means, but it just seems like we get that information quicker, a lot
Okay.
sooner than someone else. So, but anyways, hang tight, guys. Send a message to me. I think it'll be right here. It's right here, Coronel on Instagram. And I will send you my phone number so you can hit me up personally on my cell, and I'll answer all the questions that you may have. But as far as everything that's going on, so we're planning the tailgate in San Diego, right? We've got it's really exciting right now in San Diego. It's a kickoff time because
Yeah.
they just got awarded an MLS team, right? And I know we're Liga MX, right? But a lot of the Liga MX fans who are cholos, because Tijuana is right there, right? So a lot of them are cholos.
Mhm.
There's Leon fans, there's Pumas fans, there's American fans that are going to create the supporter group for the new MLS club in San Diego. So this is going to be the game for Mexico against Cameroon is going to be their coming out party, right?
Nice.
So I'm inviting everybody that's in San Diego. If you want to be part of this group, this supporters club, hit us up. We'll get you connected to the right people. This is going to be their coming out party, and they're going to be in our section, and we're going to be planning obviously the tailgates. So that information is yet to come. And then we transition over to Las Vegas, right? So we got the Las Vegas one against the semifinal Nations League versus the US. And obviously, hey, here's a secret: our tickets are cheaper than the stadiums, whatever the stadium's selling them for. So hit us up. Anyways, so again, we're planning a huge tailgate party for that one. One special note about that: you will need a ticket to be in our section. In the past, we've had people just kind of come in and waltz
Yeah.
into our section because it's the todo el ambiente todo, but you will be getting a wristband, right? The first 10, 12 rows, you will be getting a wristband. If you do not have a wristband, you will not be able to be in those first 10 to 12 rows, right? I will kindly ask you to go back to your seat, right? So, I mean, if you play drums, if you sing, if you sabes canto, if you know how to uh, play trumpet or whatever, connect with us. Let us know. I'll get you in there, right? But again, if you don't have the wristband, you're not going to be in there. We'll ask you to kindly move because obviously everyone else had already purchased their ticket and they're following. I don't want to say the rules, right? But they're pre-purchasing their ticket ahead of time, right? Because we've had people, and it sucks, but I've had people purchase tickets like in the cheap seats, like in the corner, for like hella cheap, and then come in and squeeze into our section. That's not really fair because someone who actually paid their ticket price, you're taking their spot,
Right.
right? So it's more fairness, anyways. But
Yeah.
yeah, and then the final, obviously the final. We've got the final, and right now that's pretty much what's going on. We got an awesome tailgate plan for Houston. That's already pretty much in the works, and then we got PVA San Jose, who's taking the charge and doing our tailgate in Santa Clara. So we got a lot of stuff going on. Z, I don't know if you've got any specific questions, or maybe I might have answered them for you.
No, I
Is
just
there
wanna
anything that you might
I
want
wanna
to?
reiterate and clarify, right? So, once again, right, when it comes to your tickets, I mean, I think this is kinda gonna be the norm moving forward regardless, right? I know that for the finals, the wristband, but I think it's just a general thing. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, absolutely.
and I know it's tough. People wanna buy their tickets in advance, they get a little panicky or they're not sure. It's like San Diego coming up, right? We don't have those
Right.
yet, but people wanna get to the game. They said, "Just
Hmm.
be patient." We typically end up getting them now. If we have any slight idea that we might not or what have you, we'll let you know, right? We will be
Yeah,
like, "Hey, there we
it's
don't it's
it.
not." You know what I mean? Like, if it's like the likelihood is pretty high, just be patient. And then that way you can really be a part of the group. That's
Hmm.
the first step. So, moving forward, like seriously, just be patient. You'll get the tickets will open up and you'll be able to sit in our section. Also, I
Hmm.
imagine, security is starting to get to a point where you don't want those sections overcrowded as well,
Yeah,
right? You want to make
absolutely.
sure, especially the aisles. A lot of people end up just kind of sitting
Hmm.
and breaking around there.
Yep.
Um, you said about the tailgates. Yeah, like I said, I mean, anything like that, just follow the social media. There's usually going to be maps, information. Just be ready, constantly be, there. And also, what helps us is repost, right? Like
Hmm.
share this with others, because like not only do we want our members there, but we want a good group, man, showing up. And now when we march down, when we start going in there, we can show, the numbers that we have. Regardless, we'll be in the stadium, but it's pretty cool when we all come together, and just party it up and show that we're on our way.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. Absolutely.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
and again, everything is going to be. We are really, really working hard as far as setting locations for tailgates. I mean, believe it, guys, it's a lot of work, right? And a lot of times our hands are tied. So we have, I mean, a lot of the information does come out very, very last minute, and we are still depending on the stadium, guys. It just really, I just ask people to be patient, right? Some stadiums are totally cool, and they let us have, and they'll say, "Hey, you guys are going to be in this section, do this at such and such time, and that way we can do our plans." Other stadiums are like, "Well, we'll let you know." No, we're not going to let anybody tailgate. And then last minute, they open the gates and everybody's tailgating. So it's like, it really makes it hard to plan, because obviously, if it's just like 4 or 5 of us, right, we can plan, right? But if you're planning for like 300, 400 people, you need solid, concrete, information. And if
yeah,
they don't provide it for us, that's what makes it a little bit difficult. But just be patient, guys. We make it work. We always make it work.
yeah, we make it work. Be patient. Like I said, it definitely takes. It's not the same for everybody. A lot of times we tend to be like, "Oh, what could you do this or do this?" Well, now you know. There's a lot of moving parts. A lot of always. Decimos que hay muchos chefs in the kitchen. You know.
Yeah,
Uh,
a lot of Chiefs and not enough Indians. Oh, don't cancel me.
that's
Don't
another one. That's
cancel me.
always like I knew you.
Jesus Christ.
That goes
You
con
knew I was.
mordiendo las tortillas otra vez.
Yeah,
Alright.
yep.
So, the last thing to wrap up, man, again, we also want, I see a scarf behind you, right? If you want, the latest and greatest gear, there's a lot of cool things, that, that are available también if you wanna represent and kinda show your pride for being, PVA. What do you have there, Coronel?
This is so. For those of you guys who know, we have. If you look at my background, see if you can see. I've got
A
some
tower of scarves.
LA. Yeah, look at that one for that Chico made with the players,
Mhm.
the legends. We got Dallas, we got Salisbury, we've got Portland, Fresno, Nashville, et cetera, et cetera. So we used to come out, for those of you guys who are longtime PVA supporters. Every year we would bring out a scarf, right? And then we kind of moved away from that, because technically we're not in it for the money, right? We're not like, hey, let's make money. That's not what we're doing. It just, things got a little bit more difficult, and we kind of took a step back from doing the scarves. But this year celebrates our 10-year anniversary as PVA. We were founded in 2013. We're in 2023. And so we decided to come out with this commemorative scarf, 10 años, right? 10 años. So this is a pretty cool. I mean, I like it. I like the scarf. It's got the,
That
the
is
bullet
cool.
vest, obviously traditional via, right? And with our slogan for this year, let's see if we can see if I can. Hmm. All right. I don't know if it comes out right.
That
So
was Jesus, Dorados,
Dorados,
soy el
el
más
más,
fiel.
yeah. So
Nice.
those of you guys who have any kind of who know a little bit about Via, right? It's kind of an homage to that, and there are many songs, many corridos, right? And one song that I heard was one of the lyrics that said "De sus dorados soy el más fiel," because obviously los dorados del norte, and so we decided to put on a scarf. And obviously, for those of the that have been here for 10 plus years,
There it is.
or 8 years or 7 years, you son los más fieles ustedes, right? So this is more of an homage to you guys, to the supporters of PVA who have been with us, who've continued to support us, have continued to make it out to watch parties and whatnot. This scarf is it's in commemorative of you, for you. Ustedes son los más fieles, and I want to thank you. And again, these scarves are available for purchase. We did have pins, but we ran out of those pins because, like the little brass pin, it also said 10 years.
Yeah.
Those went. We sold out of those because during the pre-sale, we had the pre-sale scarf.
Yep.
They came along with the
Came
free pin,
together.
but now we just have the scarf. Yep, absolutely. So
Right
yeah,
on.
that's kind of like what you know.
And again, they can also reach out to you or send a message through the pages there.
Mhm.
If we have any for the matches, then they'll be available there. But como
Yeah.
sabemos, they can run out, a ver, so you never know.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I got them here. I plan to take them to the matches, obviously, but hopefully I can. Hopefully they don't run out. So don't miss out. And
Yeah.
also, not sure if you guys saw my post the other day. Got the new style hat, I should say.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
I like it, man. I like the color, the way it goes there. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
And it's like
So
the what is it called? The trucker style, no? With the
yeah,
mesh.
this was a trucker style. So again, I'm not trying to be like selling much, but if you guys want, we could do the trucker style. We could do the snapback, regular snapback. We could do fitted. We can also do a flex cap, which Pedro likes the flex cap. I think it makes my head look kind of funky, so I don't use a flex cap. But yeah. So any style cap you want with this design or the original design, the original PVA,
Mhm.
we can get that. I can get that made up for you and ship it out to you as well.
Right on,
So
bro. Right on. And,
yeah,
and don't blame the hat. Your head's already oddly shaped. I don't think
it's already big.
it's weird. All right, man. Well, there you have it. Once again, we have it's a busy next month or so. Be ready. Be ready to show up. Be ready to cheer la selección. Again, Coronel y todos the PVA. We're gonna be out there. I know some will make others. Some will make some and what have you. But just like last time, dude, that the
Mhm.
Vegas one, I think so many showed up. I think out of all the PVA matches, dude, that one first match in the final. When was that? It was like a few
The
years ago.
Gold Cup. It was the Gold Cup
Dude,
like a
I think
a year ago, 2 years ago.
that was
Yeah,
like the most captains I saw in one game, dude. I remember it
yeah,
was
because it's tough, right? It's tough. It's not like it's your local team and you can just go down the street and support your local team. La selección juega en todos lados, right? And not everybody gets a chance to travel, work schedule, family, et cetera, et cetera. But that particular one, it was the first game ever hosted in Allegiant Stadium, Alliance Stadium, whatever
yeah.
the hell the
It
stadium
was the
is in Las
first game
Vegas.
ever, yeah, the first
First
game
game ever. First game
yeah,
ever. Gold Cup final versus the US. And everybody was like, I am gonna go. Anybody who had been to, it almost seems like anybody that had been to any game with PVA went to that particular game. I mean, everybody. We had everybody because it's really difficult, obviously, to get everyone together to go to a game. But that was the game.
that was the
The
game,
Las
dude.
Vegas game was the one that everybody went. Anybody, the who's who, right? The who's who
The who's
was there.
who of PVA
The
went there.
who's, yeah,
Awesome. All right,
definitely.
man. Well, once again, aquí el Coronel, el Sargento, thank you again for joining us for this upcoming matches. We had to jump on. We had to give you some information. We also had it's a big deal, man. We're both Chivas. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, America fans. I'm sorry, everybody else, but we are Chivas fans. So
Yeah.
we're excited to also talk about this topic as well. And I feel that there's definitely a big connection there. I don't know. We'll
Oh
see.
yeah,
All
definitely. But again, guys, if anybody needs tickets to these games, please hurry up because time is running out. But you want to budget for it.
yep.
Get
Yep. Don't
out
wait till the
early.
last minute.
Make sure
Don't
you
wait
get.
till the
Don't
last
wait till the
minute,
last
man.
minute. Yep, because
We
you
always, we
might
always
not
get
be
there all
able to
the
find
time.
it.
So All right. Well, with that being said, once again, thank you again. Hasta la próxima, amigos. We'll see you in all the upcoming matches. We'll try to get you some more information along the way. Aquí desde Phoenix, Arizona, Sargento and El Coronel. Hasta luego. Bye
I
bye.
don't know.
And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared.